The Texas AG is suing Media Matters.
He is suing?
Yeah.
He's investigating.
He was investigating. He's investigating Media Matters.
So in Texas, they can't bring their AG is situated a little bit differently. Like he has to pass off a criminal case to someone else. They can't bring them themselves like you can in some states. Same with civil. And so Missouri was a huge one because they were able to bring direct action. But it's just a great example, right? So look at the Trump cases that are going on right now from the left. You've got the Attorney General of New York finding any pretext to go after him, literally any pretext to go after him, his company, his family, even things that didn't even happen in her state. She's finding a way to make it happen. You see this with Fani Willis. You see this again and again. One of the best, from his perspective, one of the most strategic and most efficient uses of money that George Soros ever did was in funding all of these people, because for a couple $1,000,000 here and there, you compare that to like the Koch industry, the Koch brothers who spent billions, like just drowning our country down the tubes, and now they want to throw all this money behind Nikki Haley.
Now they're backing Haley. It's so crazy.
And you compare that to just a couple $1,000,000 that George Soros spent in key targeted races, whereby he's now able to have the president of the United States arrested. He's able to have the front runner for the Republican nomination be put under a series of trials. So all of this is going on. Meanwhile, Republicans will sit back and go, oh, we can't do anything like that. That's not fair. You've got all of these organizations. Look what they did to the NRA. Look what Letitia James did to the NRA and just completely castrated them in front of everyone. Sure, they still exist on paper, but they're so much more castrated than they've ever been in terms of the 2A fight right now. At a time where, just to be frank about it, the Republican Party needs single issue voters. Look at how the Democrats are utilizing single issue voters when it comes to abortion and turning that into a massive ballot harvesting operation. The NRA could be doing that if they existed or had any serious operations right now. Just doesn't exist after what Letitia James did. And Republicans will sit there and say, oh, that's not fair. Meanwhile, Democrats are saying, let's strip Trump off the ballot. Let's find any way that we can destroy you guys and keep pressing the advantage. Because again, Democrats know how to use government power. They will use government power, and Republicans are terrified. So I threw out there, and not to get into like the primary stuff, unless you want to.
We're about to, actually.
I threw out there that a guy like Ron DeSantis would never even... he would be physically terrified to utter the words, I'm going to have Joe Biden stripped from the ballot in Florida.
Yep.
And, he has full power in the state super legislature. He could easily file a charge from his campaign saying that Biden is ineligible, and you find pretext under the fact that he took bribery from China, which is an impeachable offense. And he could say, therefore, you are not eligible to run for president under the Constitution. And you could file that lawsuit. And this guy, he would be terrified to do that because, and you can say it's not the stones, not the backbone, whatever. It's just, no, he is a pedantic rule follower. He's terrified of actually standing up for himself and fighting back. And it's why he'll go on Laura Ingraham and can't even name Ronna McDaniel and say, oh, I'm terrified to do this. You could see Laura rolling her eyes at him. And my point is that it's not even an anti-DeSantis thing. It's just that there's a lot of Republicans like this. They are terrified to actually use government power.